Welcome to the NFL Week 12. I did a video yesterday for the Thanksgiving games, guys. I made 2 of those picks, and I'm going to add 2 more picks that are taking place on Sunday. So, quick recap of today's games. I was not on the Buffalo game. That line moved over 10 by today, so I stayed off of that game. But listen, if you took Buffalo under 10, 100% you were on the right side. Situationally, Detroit just wasn't the right side. They aren't better than Buffalo in any aspect of the game. It was a good spot for Buffalo. They match up well against Detroit. Terrible defense. Buffalo's offense, very high powered. I know they were struggling in the last couple of weeks, but Buffalo really should have won that game by double digits. There's some issues there. They have to really clean this up because they do not want to limp their way into the playoffs. There's other teams in the AFC that are getting better as the season goes on, and Buffalo has played their best football in the first couple of months. But listen, taking Detroit in that game, I just don't agree with that pick. So don't beat yourself up over that one there. Listen, you take the best number with a team that is in a very good situation and spot, and then you hope for the best. The second game I did bet. I took the Giants at plus 10.5. We got a backdoor cover win there. Shouldn't have needed it. I mean, you had Dak who threw 2 interceptions. You're up 13-7 at halftime, and you have 10.5 points, and you needed a backdoor cover to come through. And the only way you don't cover that game is to play that game exactly like the Giants did in the second half. 21 unanswered points by Dallas. Giants defense couldn't stop them. The offense couldn't do anything. It was a complete shit show of a second half for the Giants. And then Dallas, missed the field goal. Giants went down, scored a touchdown. We got the backdoor cover. But again, 100%, guys. The Giants were the right side in that game. You cannot take Dallas. The public was all over Dallas simply because of the way they played last week and the way the Giants looked last week. The look-ahead line was 6.5. You get 10 points in just a few days, and you're on Dallas. That's as square as square can get. You have to take the points in that game. It was a good spot, divisional game, prime time. I mean, come on. So happy to get that win, but an unneeded sweat. Give me the win. Give me the win. Like, subscribe, comment, guys. Also want to give a shout out to my best friend, cousin Anthony Carrera. You see him in the comments once in a while. It is his birthday today. Happy 33rd birthday to him. We are officially the same age again. For the next, whatever it is, 4 or 5 months. I am very happy because we're the same age. And then in March, he will give me a text saying I am older again. But anyway, happy birthday to Anthony. Hope he's having a good birthday so far. Last game, I also bet. I took New England. I said that yesterday at plus 2.5. I think, again, I already talked about it in the video yesterday. I think it's a good spot for them. I think they match up well against a very fraudulent Minnesota team. I understand Minnesota on paper looks better than New England. They certainly have a more explosive offense. But I'm going with the better defense, the better coach in a very big game for both teams. Give me New England plus 2.5. Hopefully we can go into the weekend 2-0. So my 2 picks for Sunday. First game, we have Cincinnati at Tennessee. I have this game at Cincinnati minus 1.5. I am taking Tennessee at plus 1.5. Now I see this number now at around 3 for Cincinnati. Not really a big deal for me. If I like the Bengals, you know what? I definitely would get the worst of the number with that number getting to a key number. But because I like the dog, I don't really care because the chances are, when a team is favored by 6 or less, if they don't cover, they lose that game outright 80% of the time. So I just like Tennessee really to win this game, but you're giving me 1.5. I'll take it. This game here, I think it's 2 teams that are playing well. Cincinnati, I said last week that they can get on a roll here. They look good on offense last week against Pittsburgh. What worries me is a little bit is Tennessee's, obviously, their pass defense going up against a team that is very good at moving the ball through the air. Tennessee's also not built to come from behind. They are good at taking the lead and holding on to the lead. They play old school, power football, run the football. So that does worry me a little bit. I don't know. Joe Burrow and Jamar Chase might be back. They might be able to move the chains against that Tennessee pass D. But I don't think the Bengals' rush defense can contain Henry in this game. And I think Tennessee's just playing very sound football. I think Vrabel is a much better coach than the Bengals head coach. And if you would have asked me that a few years ago, I wasn't a Vrabel guy, but he gets them. He definitely is like Belichick, where he gets the best out of his players. He never had a superstar quarterback. He's always had a great running back, but he doesn't have like great players. He has a few good ones, and he always gets the most out of his team. They're always in the playoffs. They grind it out. So Tennessee at home as a small dog, I actually like them in this spot. So give me the Titans plus 1.5. Last game I'm taking on Sunday is Tampa Bay going to Cleveland. Tampa's laying 3 in the hook here. And I do like Tampa Bay to win and cover. Again, don't like taking road favorites, especially over 3 points. But these two teams are heading in opposite directions. Tampa Bay, this kind of reminds me of a couple years ago where they kind of were pedestrian in the first little bit of the season. But November and December, they get it going and get hot going into the playoffs. They're coming off a bye week. They look good the last couple of weeks. Cleveland, they're done. They're 3-7. This is the last game, I think, with Brissett. And then they'll have Deshaun Watson next week. I think they're ready just to turn the page and get to him. But this one's over for Cleveland. I don't know how much fight they have left. Again, two teams going opposite directions. Give me the better team that's playing well right now. Give me Tampa Bay at minus the 3.5. I would have liked it more at under a field goal, but you're not going to find that. It's only minus 3s, 3.5s, and I think this line's only going up. So those are my picks for the week, guys. Like, subscribe, comment, join the Patreon. Hopefully New England can come through. We can go into the weekend at 2-0. Good luck, NFL Week 12.